Oh boy, it's finally here. Wile E Coyote versus Tom Cat. I said this like a bunch of times for my other Death Battle reactions, mainly the last one. This one was actually a voted one. There was like a whole bracket of like, hey, vote for your favorite Death Battle, and the winner will actually get a Death Battle. And this ended up being the winner. Wile E Coyote versus Tom the Cat. Funnily enough, the runner-up also got a Death Battle, and their Death Battle actually came out before this one. I mean, to be fair, the whole voting bracket they came out before, they had to do the Kickstarter, because they had to do the whole Kickstarter thing. So I guess they just want to do like the mentioned ones, like, hey, they get one as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. As someone who likes Looney Tunes, but mainly I love Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry being some of my favorite cartoons I ever watched. I really love the wacky shenanigan goofiness that they have. Plus, I watch it more often than not than Looney Tunes. But yeah, I'm rooting for Tom the Cat. But Wile E Coyote probably is gonna win. But I'm rooting for Tom the Cat. Let's get this started, everyone. 3, 2, 1, go! Fight!
Wile E Coyote, the fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes.
Tom Cat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it, and we're here to deliver.
Yeah!
Where's my boomstick?
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
A death battle. Alright, let's get to learning about them.
Tales told over a shimmering campfire by the tribes people of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern
wow, that's a big text box.
Entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile E was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary, and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and...
So they prevent him from talking just until he actually tasted a coyote, tasted a roadrunner? Then I guess when he did talk, he just knows how that he's caught one, I guess.
Look stone still, or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile E manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all. But he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the coyote and the roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements.
Yeah, so as long as they're running, I'm good. Beep!
Fortunately, Wile E's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
Yeah, all from Acme. All from Acme.
Along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry.
Yeah.
Despite being a self-described super genius, Wile E has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let us
Yeah, he's smart in a lot of areas that this is not one of them.
Any product that you can imagine, and Wile E is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Really?
Well, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clone-O-Matic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the
Really?
stuff Wile E uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot take a break. But he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failure.
Yeah, he takes a lot of punishment for a lot of his stuff.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight.
Damn.
Without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Secwepemc legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Looney DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the Looney ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page. Essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wile E developed a counter to this immortality. The Looney DNA dissolver.
Wait, what?
Leaves toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's experience
Anti-Looney, what?
a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming Tiny Toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto
Yeah.
Jutsus, Toon
I guess.
Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced Toons like Wile E who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wile E should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
What?
And suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wiley's got a
Damn.
cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even...
Space Jam.
Whoa, snap! Caught the Roadrunner! Oh, wait, never mind. So damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
Damn.
Takes dedication, or maybe self-destructive stubbornness. Too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this
Yep,
guy.
God said screw this guy.
I mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created them and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know them today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry,
Yeah.
Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E.
God literally said screw this guy.
We have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. Still, that's a lot of crazy adventures that the Wile E. Coyote has. From Acme and not.
And the German Jerry's. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse.
Oh, wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous
Thomas
cat-mouse
D.
duo
Jasper
became the
Cat.
undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tom Cat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues. Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say, very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, be
Yeah, sometimes you want to justify with the cat.
Most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mousekind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
and guns. Lots and lots of guns.
Yeah.
Your things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the sword of light and dark, which severs you from your own shadow. Or the rewind remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's, of course, but just the cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat.
Is either just Jerry just smarter, or God just hates this guy as well?
Body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times.
Yeah.
Little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. When Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell, where all cats go.
Extremely hardcore for a tune, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do.
So Tom can just, yeah, I'm going to go back to hell and get my lives back. Have fun.
Make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Dodoy Whiz. They were actually named after the 2 characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation.
Wow.
Fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taped an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons of
times
to save the day.
There's been a lot of times where they're just chill.
Starling find her way home. Oh, that's a nice.
Oh yeah, from that movie where they talk.
You believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase.
Huh?
Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Long Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
Well, it
exactly. What the fuck?
Insane. It is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our...
So it's canon!
The gods make cramps.
So Tom and Jerry are just gods, apparently!
No.
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
Really?
Watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. It's so much shenanigans, but... So what? They're just gods, apparently! Is that what I'm getting?
You can pick pick some up for yourself on our brand new website, deathbattle.gg.
Just click the merch tab at the top.
I'm thinking about it more. I think Wile E. Coyote's gonna. I picked the wrong person. The anti-Looney DNA actually is something that I really considered.
There's also
It will have Toon Force, but the anti-Looney DNA is just something else.
I guess theoretically other beverages too.
Then there's the limited time.
Yeah, I'm still gonna root for Tom. If Tom Cat loses, I will go. I'm taking the L,
For updates.
but I'm still rooting for Tom the Cat. I'm rooting for Wile E. Coyote. I'm rooting for Tom the Cat, but I think Wile E. Coyote's gonna win.
Deathbattle.gg and pick the
Tom, no, he's gonna die. He's gonna lose more. He's gonna lose all 9 lives again.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for battle! Here we go! Huh? What's up? Why are you in the moving view, Koldo? And why are they in the truck in the house, though? Oh, and this is how they clash. I guess that makes sense. This is how they clash. Beep beep. I gotcha. What? Fight! Come on, give me the goofy stuff, come on! What's that? Oh, the manga is the Fall Guys. I don't remember this with the cartoons at the back. Well, not anymore. This... Oh my god! To war! Ooh, he's invincible. Well, there goes that house. Bring me the Acme stuff, pronto. Oh no, he's 9 lives. I give him back at least 1. Whoa! I'll go get him, Tom! The classic. Oh. Beep beep. What? It is really brief out of the YouTube section. Oh, the anti-Looney DNA. You're screwed, man. Oh, now they both can feel pain. Is it? That's blood. Oh, why are they calling you one?
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it, yeah. Good job, Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
You didn't want it to be a draw. You didn't want it to be a draw fair.
They weren't literal.
You didn't want to do a Scooby-Doo versus Cowardly Dog situation.
Limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile E to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile E could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast.
Yeah.
Much faster than Tom. Wile E gets the edge in stats.
Wile E's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA dissolver.
Yeah, that. When I heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, Tom's dead.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile E is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile E's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights.
Yeah.
He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing.
Yeah, God does not hate him as much.
Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile E's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile E's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place.
Huh?
Space Jam.
Where Wile
Alright.
again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel. More than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile E's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for, Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe...
Yeah, I remember something where the roller was deliberately the cause of Coyote's badness.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention.
Yeah.
A direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile E's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile E, whereas Wile E's superior strength, speed, and Looney arsenal ensured...
Yeah. I think it's only because of that Looney gun. If he didn't have that, it would be a hard battle, but yeah. Good job, Coyote. Good job, man. What's next? Oh, Spider-Man and whatever this kid is.
Subscribe
Spider-Man vs. Deku.
See more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. I would take the L with my own pride. I wanted Tom to win, but Wile E. Coyote, yeah. Also, like I said, I'm way more of a fan of Tom the Cat, but yeah. Well, good. Well, that was pretty fun. Nice, simple goofiness. I guess I was ready. It's fine, but I think I was just ready something way more over the top. It's not, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's pretty fun. Just a simple, nice, simple, goofy, just a nice, simple, goofy death battle. I like it. Also, I just like it how Wiz is just says, like, finally, one of them dies. Like, yeah, we're not going to pull we're not pulling a, Scooby versus Courage the Cowardly Dog situation. Nah, one of them's dying. It's not going to end in a draw. Which, fair enough. Fair enough on that. Great death battle. Well, anyways, we hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. That's all, folks. Whoops. I shut the camera. That's all, folks.